Hello, my name is Dustin Wunderlich, Director of Community Relations here at Yakima Valley College. And this October, YVC is honoring Disability Awareness Month. Staff in the college's Disability Support Services Office work with students who come to YVC with a variety of backgrounds and individual needs for support. One of those students is Malynda Dyer, who I'm pleased to have join me in this conversation. Malynda experienced a traumatic brain injury, and during her studies here at YVC, she's also doing a work study with the college's Disability Support Services team. Malynda, thanks for joining me.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So Malynda, can you share a little bit about your injury and how it's affected your life?
Sure. About 7 years ago, I all of a sudden took a plane ride, sneezed, something snapped in my head, and I was in excruciating pain after that, and got diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia, which is a brain nerve injury. So usually it's dormant, and then something traumatic happens or something snaps, and it flares up. So this condition, I'll actually read about it. It's actually through the fifth cranial nerve that actually sends shock through your cheek, jaw, and ear line. And it's actually labeled as the suicide disease because it's supposed to be one of the most excruciating pains known to humankind. So I had to undergo 2 microvascular decompression surgeries in my brain. They messed up the first time, and 11 hours later had to go in again. Then I came out with some leaking in my brain of my spinal fluid. So they had to go in again, and I came out partially deaf after that. And so I had to relearn how to walk, and I was in the hospital for 12 days. I got out Christmas Eve of 2013. It was life-changing at 30 to have something that people usually don't have until they're 50. So I was a rare case, and it's a rare disorder amongst people. So, there wasn't a lot of help, but for them to go in automatically and want surgery, I actually did have a blood vessel that was resting on my nerve. So every time like my heart would race or my blood would move faster, like it would just cause excruciating pain. So they had to do that evasive surgery like really fast just to get me a little bit comfortable. But since they messed up and everything, it's just been, the surgery really didn't work. So I just kind of deal with it now. You learn to live life.
So what's the impact been like on your academic life now and your studying?
So I was told afterwards, because I was on a lot of neurological medicine, and they kind of keep you as sedated and numb as possible so you don't have to feel the pain. So a lot of that causes memory loss, and I was told pretty much just to not even try. So for about 5 years, I didn't try. I was okay with that. And then, I see people around me do things and I get envious, and I was like, gosh, I think I can do it. Like I really want to try. So I learned that YVC had disability support services, and I talked to Jennifer Townsend when I first came about, and she just walked me through everything and helped me see like what they could help me with and the potential I had. And I became a work study after a couple months of being with her and getting her help, and she had an opening and said I would be great. And so now I get it from both ends. I get to help other disabled students, and I get to use the services myself.
That's great. Now, can you tell me a little bit more about how you're then kind of coping and dealing with that injury and your studies to do as well as you are?
So a lot of the teachers are so great and accommodating. Like I'm partially deaf, so I get to sit in the front of the class against a wall so I can hear everybody else. There's We have hearing devices that can help, and the teachers can wear mics for me or record their stuff. And Microsoft Word has like dictation now. So, you know, if I can't understand people, I can read it. There's just so many things that help me just get through it. I've been on the president's list twice now, the past 2 quarters. So it's just things that I never thought I could do, like, ever. And it's really accommodating that anybody can go to college. Like, there's no reason that you can't like fulfill your goals, because there's so much help.
That's great. That's great to hear your story. Well, and then tell me a little bit about the work study that you've been doing with disability support services, and what are you doing with them?
So basically, I'm like an office assistant, and I get other students set up to take their tests. I do clerical, I make files for other disability students, I check out equipment, like our devices that we use to help students, like recorders and stuff, answer phones, run tests to teachers. Basically anything that would need done that has a face in front of disability support services. That's pretty much what we do as work studies.
Great. And now, Malynda, what are your future goals?
So I'm trying to get into the BASM program. I have 1 more quarter of my associate's transfer to complete to get that, and then I'll be eligible to apply to BASM. And so that's my goal, and I hope to, I guess, one day open like a food truck or a restaurant, because that's kind of my passion. And I am fully disabled, so it's something I want to do for myself, so that I don't get held to a disabled standard. Like in like an employer's eye, I'd rather just hold myself to my own standards. So I'd rather own something of my own.
Mm-hmm. That's great. That's a great goal to have.
Thank you.
And how has the support you've received from disability support services helped in getting you closer to achieving those goals that you have?
Honestly, I don't think I could do it without having DSS in, my academic career. Like, I get extra test time, which for me, that's incredible, because it takes me longer to read and register what I'm reading. So I have to do it a few times. Like, it just, I couldn't do it without them, because the accommodations I get help me for my specific needs. And I don't think I could be a straight A student most of the time unless I had that. Like, it gives me confidence.
Great. And finally, is there any advice that you'd give to students who might be dealing with their own disability?
Honestly, we can accommodate anything here. We even have a Braille printer, like, which is my favorite thing. Like, that is the coolest thing to me, to watch it be printed like Braille. But there's really no reason. Like, I'm partially deaf. Like, you could be deaf, you could be blind. Like, we have accommodations. It could be something, an IEP, where you just need extra time. Like, don't let that deter you because you have test anxiety to not come to college. Like, there's something out there for everyone, and we have the resources here to make that happen for you.
Great. Well, yeah, that's a really powerful story of just how everybody can reach their goals, and there are resources here at Yakima Valley College to help any student to achieve those. So that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, Malynda. And we definitely wish you the best in all of your future endeavors.
Thank you.